Hey guys, it's AnxiousBean, also known as the Overwatch Bean, and today we're doing our first episode of Let Me Overlisten to Your Questions About Overwatch. So I got a bunch of letters coming in. A lot of people have been writing in, and I'm not going to be able to get to all the questions today, but let's just get started here, okay? So starting off, now this is a really good question, and you're asking the right person. Let me read it. When I play Ana, I get really nervous when I miss my shots on my teammates. What do I do when my team gets mad at me for missing my shots? Now, the reason I'm the perfect person to ask is because I'm an amateur Ana and a professional anxious person. So my instincts would tell me that when I upset one of my teammates because I'm underperforming, I should just apologize to them and say, hey, I messed up. I missed a couple of shots, but we can move on from this and I'll try my best going forward. But people don't really care if you're honest and admitting faults. Regardless, they're going to be toxic to you. So that's why I came up with a new plan, and I try to gaslight them into thinking it was their fault. Let's say your teammate starts complaining about you not healing them. Just tell them, hey, you were out of position. You were out of my line of sight. If you had better positioning, maybe I could have healed you. Say, oh my God, there was a little pole in the way, and if you just played in a different spot, you would have gotten heals. And if they say, hey, I don't believe that. I saw you missing shots on me. And that's when you say, watch the replay. Watch the replay. I didn't mess up. Watch the replay. And they're probably not going to watch the replay. And if they do, they're long gone and they can't hurt you anymore. So I think that's a foolproof strategy. And I know a lot of people already do this, but I thought I should say it publicly and kind of help my viewers learn the top strategies for reflecting fault or deflecting fault. Okay. So yeah, so that's the first question. Thank you so much for writing in. Time for the second question. Okay. I'm struggling to rank up because I keep getting horrible teammates. How am I supposed to rank up in a team-based game when no matter how good I do, I can't carry my bad teammates? Now this is a good question. I get this question all the time. I probably had 30 or 40 people writing in some variation of this question. Either they can't rank up because they have bad teammates, or they can't rank up because they have the levers and the throwers on their team. And I think I should clear this one up because this is a really interesting question and I have just the answer for you. Which, by the way, if you want to write in, I'll put the P.O. box on screen somewhere, so you can write in your letters here. So let's get to answering this question. Overwatch is a 5v5 team shooter, so each match you hop into, you're going to have 4 random teammates. So it doesn't feel good that 80% of your team's performance is out of your control. But here's a fun fact, is the enemy team is 100% random. So if you are a good, consistent person and you always play good, you never leave, you never throw and stuff like that, then you know that you have a solid 20% of the team every single time, which means over time, statistically, you would think that having this solid 20% of your team always being good, because we know you're perfect. You're a perfect player who doesn't make mistakes. And because think about this, when you lose, who do you blame? Do you blame yourself? No, because you did perfect. You blame your teammates. But even with your teammates always being at fault, I think you should still rank up over time. Here's an interesting thing to think about is you look at any streamer or pro player, when they make a new account, they rank up pretty easily over time. And is it because they don't get the unlucky teammates like you do? Yes, it is. Blizzard gives streamers and professional players the good teammates so that it's more entertaining to watch, so that they could sell more copies of their free game. So, because we all know that you out there, humble viewer, you are easily higher, you are easily better than each of these pro players, and you would be champion if you actually just got the good teammates instead of the bad teammates. So I'm sorry to offend streamers and stuff, but the bronze players, the silver players are probably just as good as you, but they're just getting unlucky. With that said, let's get to the next question. So here's a pretty good question. I've been really toxic in my games lately, but I feel like I'm losing my touch and getting too repetitive with my insults. I always catch myself saying basic things like tank diff, support diff, DPS diff. How can I break out of my bad habits and be more creative with my toxicity? Now, this is a really good question because I've been here. I was here very recently and I was able to kind of improve by just kind of working hard at it. So there's a bunch of useful resources online like bookofslurs.gov, wiki how to be toxic, and of course x.com. Other things I like to do to be more creative is I just come up with a random word. Let's say pineapple, and I try to come up with an insult based on that word. So let's think. I don't know. I'd rather shove an entire pineapple up my ass rather than being on a team with you. Let's try another one. Snow globe. Here's an insult. I'd rather shove an entire snow globe up my ass. That reminds me, I need more pineapples. Rodney, can you write that down? Thanks. All right, on to the next question. How do I get my friends to stop playing Overwatch when it clearly sucks and is dookie? So I know exactly who this is from. This is from my friend Yuko. So, he's just mad that I don't play Diablo with him. I said I'd play Diablo 4 with him like 2 years ago or whenever that came out, and I never did. So he's just being a little petty, but honestly, I have to keep playing Overwatch so I could become a superstar one day, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get us. He doesn't get what we're doing here. We're playing Overwatch, and we're watching Overwatch YouTube videos because we're cool like that. So next question. Let's see. Hi, Bean. How is someone as handsome and sexy as you also so funny and good at Overwatch? Seriously, guys? Seriously? I'm sick of just being a object for you guys to look at. I'm more than just sexy and handsome. And let me tell you this, it's hard being this hot because people don't appreciate me for who I am and what I do here. So can you guys stop with that? I've got Rodney, how did this get in here? I told you no more of this. Half the questions are like this. I'm just sick of it. I'm sorry for getting angry. Anyways, let's get on to the next question. Here we go. How do I compliment my Mercy player without making it seem like I want to e-date her? Now, this is a very interesting one. And, we have Mercy players on our team, and we want to say, hey, Mercy, you're doing such a great job, and you look so good just floating through the air and coming to my rescue and saving me. And you got your little beam on me, and it feels like I'm wearing a little leash, and you're just walking me around, and, we get to be together and stuff like that. But obviously, we don't want to, we don't like them like that. We just appreciate that they're healing us and resing us because it kind of enables us to do good in the game. But, and just, I don't know, just the way, in the spawn room, we're looking at each other and just teabagging, and I don't know, just watching her float across the map and just looking so angelic and beautiful. And then I always say, thank you, Mercy. Thank you for the res. I say that in voice chat. And then some guy on the mic says, no problem, dude. And, that's when it hits me. It's like, I don't really want to e-date this guy, even though I feel like I'm in love. You know what I mean? You guys ever feel that? You guys feel like your heart just fluttering because you're in love, but you're straight and you don't want to date a guy. But if you're already in love, then does it matter? Does it matter what gender they are? I hope I answered that question sufficiently. So, but let's get on to the next question. I'm a racist Genji main. How do I get people to stop hating me? Okay, this is pretty dumb question. Pretty simple. Stop being a Genji main. Anyways, let's get to the next question. I'm a Moira main looking to branch out. How do I learn a more complex character like Soldier 76? Now, another good question. You guys are full of good questions. You guys are really the best. So going from Moira to Soldier is a really good transition because you're going from the easiest hero in the game, and quite frankly, maybe the easiest hero in any game, Moira, to probably the second easiest hero in the game, Soldier 76. Now, you probably wouldn't think this intuitively, but they're actually pretty similar. So Pulse Rifle is basically just Biotic Grasp, but you have to aim a little bit better with. Helix Rocket, that's basically just an orb that goes faster and does the damage faster. Now, where they do differ is Soldier has this cool little thing where you press E and he throws down this heal pad, and that's something that Moira doesn't have. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Moira has any healing abilities. So it does get a little more complex because you do have to heal your team as Soldier. But yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you so much for that. All right, next up. Oh my God, this is from my friend, Please Plays. It's so nice that she wrote in. If you watched my most recent video, you'll recognize her, or if you see her on the stream, we duo all the time. So, and we've been grinding the comp. We've been doing all right this season. Let's see what it says. Hey Bean, I hope this message finds you well. I'm looking for advice on how to tell the person I duo with that it just isn't working. Really? She's not talking about me though. We duo a lot. Maybe she duos with people after I go to sleep and she doesn't want to duo with them. I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, let's continue. I find it so much easier to climb without being grouped with him. Let me just say this. the way the ranking system works is when you duel with someone, it's like it knows it puts you against other duos. Sometimes the duos are like smurf, one of them smurfing, or it like the game knows it's like, hey, since you guys have some inherent coordination, like the games are gonna be harder. And it's like I don't know, like I'm not a bad player, and I don't know. Let's just continue. I feel like he's holding me back, but he really is great and a great friend, and his silly little YouTube videos are okay and all, and I think it's cool that he's trying his best even though it's not going anywhere. Is this about me spending too much time on these videos? I'm really sorry. They're dumb. I could stop making them. I could work on improving. I could hit the practice range. I could watch like little coaching videos. I'll even pay for a coaching session. I don't know. Like you don't have to stop. You could just tell me that, hey, I want you to be a little bit better so we could do all. But you don't have to, like, I could try. I could get better. I could, like, you don't have to stop doing with me. Anyways, where was I? I just don't want him to be upset with me because I know he's really sensitive and he's gonna take it really personally. And I sorry, don't mind me. I'm just let's just continue. I feel bad to tell you this way. I'm really sorry about this. Okay. Yeah. I understand. I understand where she's coming from, and I could accept this. So I don't know. This was a dumb little show idea. Ronnie, can we cut it? We don't gotta air this, do we? This was a dumb idea.